I've been documenting my weight loss journey from the beginning of this year. I've shown y'all what I'm doing to get healthy, to get fit and to lose weight. I have vlogs where I show y'all what I eat in a day. I've done videos where I talk about how to be consistent, how to build a routine, how to get more protein into your diet. But I'll be honest with y'all, it's only in the last couple of months that I've developed discipline where I'm seeing great results with my weight loss. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you really good tips to help you to build discipline to be productive so that you can also lose weight as well. Hello and good morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm naturally Ray, or you can just call me Ray. Now, if you know you watch my videos back to back and have not subscribed, why not? Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload future vlogs and videos where I talk about health, fitness and lifestyle. Now when it comes to discipline, it's simple. Now it may not be easy, but please do not complicate it. Trust me, when it is you develop discipline, it helps you to feel accomplished, it helps you to feel fulfilled because you actually got that thing done that you've been wanting to do for weeks, months, or maybe even years. And if you're struggling to build discipline, my first tip to you is your perfection may be delaying your progress. Things don't need to be perfect when you're just starting your healthy routines and your healthy habits. Stop making excuses and just start. Remember, you're now learning how to be disciplined. The changes that you want to see is a gradual process. When it comes to your weight loss, you didn't put on all of this weight overnight, so don't expect that you will lose it in a couple of days. If it is that you're expecting drastic changes at the beginning of your journey, you're only setting yourself up for failure. Make sure that you're not looking for quick fixes. You need to think long term. Remember, progress over perfection. The second tip is to plan your day the night before, and I know everyone talks about it because it really works. You really need to know what is on your schedule the day before. How you start off your morning sets the tempo for how your day is going to go. So whether you have evening workouts, morning workouts, whether you have certain meetings, appointments, you have certain projects to complete, make sure you know and you are aware of what is on your schedule. Knowing what is on your schedule and knowing how long it will take to complete each task will just set you up for success. Now, of course, you can do your weekly plans and your monthly plans, but make sure that you're checking with it at least the night before, because things change, emergencies come up, and you may have to shift or rearrange certain projects, tasks, goals, whatever you have on your schedule. You may need to rearrange it, but make sure you check it the night before. The third tip that will help you to be more productive and to build discipline is to have daily and weekly non-negotiables. A couple weeks ago, actually the beginning of July, I did a mid-year reset video and I talked about my 30-day challenge for July, and I'm still on that challenge. I'm so excited. Things have been going well, but I had 5 non-negotiables that I was going to do for my entire 30 days. Now you don't need to choose like 5. You can choose maybe 1, 2, or maybe 3 main goals and main tasks that you want to actually stick with on a day-to-day basis. But mine is walking for at least an hour every day intentionally. I've been doing so good on that. Y'all, make sure you subscribe because at the end of the month, well, at least in August, I'm going to go through everything, show you all my results because I'm excited. But anyway, walking for at least 1 more hour every day, sleeping for at least 1 more hour every day. What was the next thing? Drinking more water. I have a specific amount of water that I'm supposed to drink every single day. Eating home cooked foods and strength training on particular days. And guys, like I mentioned, I choose 5 things. Some of them have been a little challenging, which we will chat about when I do that video when the challenge ends. But again, choose maybe 1 or 2 things, maybe 3 main things, and stick with it. The main thing is you want to be consistent with it, which will actually take me into my next point. This is something you may have heard in a million podcasts, a million YouTube videos, and even in some of my videos as well. But consistency is key. It is the key with anything that you want to do, with being productive, building discipline, losing weight, whatever it is you're striving for. consistency is key. Making a commitment and sticking to it will help you with your consistency. As I mentioned before, I'm beginning to develop my discipline. I'm not 100% there yet, but what I am, because of this 30-day challenge, is consistent. Every single day, week after week, I'm sticking to my non-negotiables. I'm completing my task, because at the end of the day, discipline is really building that muscle of consistency and mastering self-control. Now, I should have prefaced this point by saying this is not the first time that I've been consistent or disciplined with my weight loss. If you all have been following me from the beginning of my weight loss journey, you all would already know this is not my first rodeo. I have actually lost all of my weight. Unfortunately, I put it back on, but I was very consistent with coming on Instagram every single Sundays, doing my weigh-in Sundays, showing you all my full body composition scale, my fat percentage, muscle percentage, BMI, water percentage, everything I showed when I decided my workout. Throughout the week, I would have shown you all my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I was very consistent, very disciplined. However, yes, there was a level of consistency, and yes, there was a level of discipline, and that's why I saw results. But if I'm being honest with myself, I didn't develop certain systems that helped me to really stay on track with all of those habits. It wasn't so much of a lifestyle change. I did things really quickly and got results really quickly, which takes me into my next point. If it is that you want to be productive and you want to build discipline, you have to create and establish systems that are realistic and sustainable. The reality is, a lack of discipline is because of a lack of structure and routine throughout your day. Now, this is something that you may not want to hear, especially if you're struggling to lose weight. But if you're not keeping track of what is happening with your progress, you will not see your results. If you don't measure it and you don't track it, you cannot improve on it. You all know I talk about tracking your progress a lot, and I bring up the same examples of drinking your water. You can't just arbitrarily say, I want to drink more water every day, but you don't actually track how much you drink. You don't even know how much you should be drinking for your body type, whether you're male, female, the way that you are. For example, you need to have a goal. So if your goal is to drink about 80 ounces of water a day, an easy thing to do and a very simple thing to do is just get a 40-ounce water bottle and just drink 2 of that a day. You can't just, or at least you should not just drink a glass here, drink a glass there. Now, eventually, when it is you're getting into the routine of it, you can intuitively know how much water you will be able, at least should be drinking every day. You should be able to recognize when you're dehydrated and drink more water. But if it's something that you're struggling with, get a water bottle, fill it up 2 or 3 times a day depending on the size of it, and keep track of it. Another thing, again, you may not want to hear, but if you're really trying to lose weight and lose fat, you need to track your calories, because the only way to lose fat is to be in a calorie deficit. Now listen, if it is that it's very triggering for you, or maybe you have some type of disordered eating, then maybe stay away from it. Right now, I'm in a calorie deficit and I'm doing something that is realistic and sustainable. And I know people like to say, well, I have this certain medical conditions, I have PCOS, I have hormonal balances, I'm going through menopause. So many different things. It doesn't matter if you're insulin resistant, if you have differences in, not differences, you have imbalances in your hormones or your cortisol levels. So maybe 99% of y'all, those things don't actually affect your metabolism as much as you think. Do the research on it and you will see. Now, it will make or can make losing weight a lot more challenging and a lot more difficult. I'm not saying that, but the reality is, if it is that you are consuming more than you burn, then you will not lose weight. You can't change the law of thermodynamics. You have to maybe really look at how much exercise you're doing, how much you're moving throughout the day, and of course what you are eating. Putting all of that into the equation, if it is that you are consuming more than you're burning, then you will not lose weight. Again, I know this is not something you want to hear. You can't change science. You can't change the law of thermodynamics. Again, it may be difficult, it may be challenging, but just try your best to accurately track it. Now, when it comes to tracking, you all know, if you all follow my what I eat in a day videos, that I use the MyFitnessPal app, and I know there are certain things with inaccuracies, even like your Apple Watch or certain wearables. It doesn't accurately track how much calories you burn. They overestimate that, so just be careful with that. But there are so many reliable and accurate ways of knowing how much calories you consume, how much you are burning, for you to see the results that you want. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to be productive, you're trying to be disciplined and be consistent with your routines, you need to set up a proper system where you can track your progress. Now, my next point may seem a bit counterintuitive because I just talk about establishing and creating proper routines and systems. But when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to being productive, when it comes to being disciplined, you have to have some level of flexibility. There may be times where you are sick and you can't do your exercise routine the way you want to. Maybe you didn't get a proper night's sleep and the next day you're exhausted, you're tired. Maybe throughout the day you have a lot of cravings, so you may not eat as healthy as you usually would. You don't want to be too rigid with your routines because at the end of the day, that is not realistic. That is not real life. Things happen, emergencies happen. Now, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing situation. Maybe you can do a full hour of your strength training in the gym, but you can maybe decide to do maybe 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes of just walking. You can still do that. I talk about having a balance when it comes to eating. You all know I talk about my 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time I eat healthy foods, I eat whole processed foods. Sorry, did I say 20%? 80% of the times I eat healthy foods, whole unprocessed foods. 20% of the times I have treats and I indulge in different things, particularly on the weekends. Some people do the 90-10 rule, but for me that is very strict. That is not sustainable. It's not realistic for me. I know I would not be able to stay consistent with it, so I do 80-20. So do what works for you. Another tip to help you with your weight loss, if you're struggling to be disciplined, is to build or get connected to different communities. There are so many online communities that can help to support you and help keep you accountable. I want you to be very mindful of the people that you interact with. Be mindful of what you consume, not just what you eat, but what it is you watch, who it is you listen to. Make sure that you associate yourself a lot more with like-minded people, because when it comes to losing weight, it's a lot to do with a mindset shift. You really have to become a different person when it is you're becoming disciplined. And I know sometimes there may not have persons around you, especially some friends and family members, who are not on board with you. They may not be willing to eat a healthier lifestyle. They may not even be interested in exercising and in improving their bodies, getting fit, getting healthier. But just remember why you are doing it, which evidently is taking me to my next point. You need to know your why. And again, this is a tip that a lot of people talk about in their videos. I've talked about it in a lot of my videos as well. But if you know the why behind the commitments you're making, it serves as an anchor for you in times or moments when it becomes challenging. It helps to remind yourself as to why you're doing what you're doing. If you start your day distracted, it will become more challenging to get back on track. But if it is that you start your mornings with more intentionality and you stick with your routines and you stick with your habits, you'll be able to easily complete your daily tasks and ultimately build discipline that you desire. I really hope that these tips can help you. They have definitely been helping me along my weight loss journey. If it is that you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe so you don't miss when I upload future vlogs and videos. And as always, try your best to become the healthiest version of yourselves. Bye guys.